This is going to be your guide for getting fast, shiny starter Pokemon in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. So I've just been having a blast playing Pokemon Let's Go. I love discovering new things, figuring out stuff, and recently I had a bit of a realization. Now, I don't think this is some grand epiphany that no one else has thought of before, but I wanted to make this video anyways, just to make sure everyone is on the same page. So comment down below if you already figured this out beforehand, or if this video kind of helped everything click. I feel like people are going to read the title, watch like the first 3 seconds of the video, and be like, oh, because it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, there's a lot of craziness going on in Pokemon Let's Go. The catch combos, the shininess, just rare Pokemon in general, it's all kind of weird. However, you might notice that I'm encountering a lot of Charmander really quickly, and that's just by kind of abusing what's going on with rare Pokemon. Rare Pokemon, they always spawn, or at least they have a really high chance of spawning once you get a catch combo of 11 for any Pokemon. Now, this really helps with actually making more of these rare Pokemon spawn. So if you want to get a Snorlax, a Chansey, a Porygon, Hitmonlee, all the starter Pokemon, run out to Viridian Forest, go catch like 11 Caterpie, come back over here, and then these Pokemon that have like a ridiculously low chance of spawn, they start popping up all over the place. Now the thing is, they're on a separate encounter table, and it seems like they have a lot of priority over all the other Pokemon spawning. So when there's an opportunity for it to spawn, it's going to be forced, and then you can go and get it. Well now, look at this. We're shiny hunting for Charmander at a really efficient rate, and the cool thing is we're targeting it. That if we were just kind of like sitting here with a lure on, or like running around and trying to get as many Pokemon to appear, we can't really figure out what's going to happen. Even if we have a high catch combo of something like Rattata, there's still going to be Ekans, there's still going to be Spearow, there's still going to be all kinds of Pokemon spawning. But whenever you get this Charmander, you know, waiting for it to despawn, that's inefficient. You just run into it, you run away, and this is going to give us about 6 to 7 encounters per minute. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot unless you've actually like done breeding before, unless you've actually done like chaining and other methods in other Pokemon games, because that's actually really high. That means we're probably on average getting close to 400 Charmander encounters per hour. Now, another weird thing is also it feels like once all the Pokemon slots are filled, kind of have to wait for some to despawn, but then Charmander's gonna be the next one to go. So it really depends on how many active Pokemon are going on. But 400 encounters per hour, that actually means on average, we should be getting a shiny Charmander in less than an hour. Now, it does take a bit of time to set up the 31 catch combo, because by getting a 31 catch combo, we max out our chance of getting a shiny Pokemon to spawn, and with a lure active, that brings the odds down to 1 in 315. So 1 in 315, 400 Charmander, I like those odds. And that's without the shiny charm. If it's a shiny charm, it goes down to like 270 something, so it gets even better from there. And that's just kind of like the realization. And it's not just starter Pokemon, it's not just Charmander. Any of these special rare tables, you can do it for. So you set up a catch combo of 31 on any Pokemon. It could be, like I said, Weedle, Caterpie, something easy in Viridian Forest, or you can also do it with Pokemon on the route that you're going for. Like, let's say I had a catch combo of 31 for Ekans. Well, that means as that catch combo is building on the Ekans, also if you are really impatient and you have a ton of money and like Pokemon aren't spawning or despawning, you know, you could use a Repel, you can use a lure to kick it back up, and then that's just going to kind of wipe it and make it to where that Charmander is going to spawn a lot quicker. So money's no option, that's something. You could also like carry a couple of regular lures, that way you can kind of transition over for the Repels at a little bit cheaper of a cost. Either way, like, look at how fast some of these encounters are going. So yeah, if you want to get any Pokemon, I'm talking like, so you get an Ekans going. Well, that means at a catch combo of 11, Charmander is going to be spawning very frequently, and you're already getting slightly enhanced odds. So as you go from 11 into 21 and 31, you're actually, you know, getting a lot of encounters for Charmander potentially just based off that, and then it scales into some craziness. Now, I feel like people in the comment section are going to be asking, wait, why don't you have a catch combo for Charmander? Look at the top left. I've got nothing. I'm not trying to catch it. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just running away because I set up an easier catch combo somewhere else. Well, the reason why I'm doing that is because the IVs don't really matter for a shiny Pokemon. Like, if you're going for competitive and a shiny appears, that's cool. But the odds are you're not going to get the 5 IVs where you want it. It's going to be 4 IVs. It might even be complete garbage, and you're going to have to hyper train it anyways. So this is just quicker. You know, it can take up to 30 minutes to just kind of get a rare Pokemon from 1 to 31 to the point where it's actually spawning regularly. It took me about 40 minutes the first time I was doing it for Bulbasaur in Viridian Forest. Now, I wasn't as experienced in Pokemon Let's Go, so maybe you could bring that time down quite a bit. But overall, you know, I think it's just faster to set up a quicker combo and then just soft reset for this. That means you can actually probably get a shiny Charmander in less than an hour and a half most of the time, you know, easy by just kind of setting it up like that. So I think at this rate, if you're going for a shiny Pokemon, at least set up Madame Celadon. Actually, it's past midnight for me, so I need to redo that if I'm actually going for a competitive one. And then you have to get to level 100 anyways for the hyper training. So you're going to have to hyper train it anyways, so I don't think the combo for that specific Pokemon matters unless it's not a rare Pokemon. So Eevee and Pikachu are starter Pokemon, but they're actually in the regular encounter table, and they have a 5% chance of spawning. Now, Pokemon on the regular encounter table, once you increase that catch combo, they can start spawning at a high rate. So let's go and check out what I did with Eevee. Oh yeah, I should probably mention this in the video, and this feels like the right place to do it. So your game starter Pokemon, your Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee, they cannot be shiny. They are shiny locked, no resetting for them to be shiny, which is kind of weird because it's the only Pokemon game where you can't do that. Even Generation 1 games, technically, once you transferred into the Gold and Silver version, they could be shiny because it's based off of DVs, and which is like IVs and stuff. So you could actually have like a shiny Charmander and only realize it when it goes into second generation games where the shininess exists. Fun little Pokemon trivia fact. Also, Mew is the only other shiny locked Pokemon. So it's the starters and Mew. Everything else, Mewtwo, Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno, you can soft reset for them in-game gifts as well as in-game trades. So all the Alolan Pokemon, they can be shiny as well. And that's kind of it. But it's also kind of fair because you can still find a wild Pikachu or a wild Eevee and then do all these methods to get them shiny. Just something to add to the video, because I know there's going to be questions about it. So yeah, as you can see, there's 3 Eevees right now, and I hated this. I hated getting to this point because the problem with Eevee is that it's very difficult to capture. It's a decently higher level. Route 17 just has some pretty hard to capture Pokemon. Even like, oh, look at this. We got Great Throw, Raspberry, Ultra Ball. It's probably going to break out and break my soul. If it doesn't, it's just going to make me look bad for the video. Thanks for making me look bad on the video, Eevee. But I actually had to go into 2-player mode, and then that sped it up quite a bit. But without 2-player mode, it took me 30 minutes to get to an 11 catch combo, and then that's why I got fed up with it, turned on 2-player mode. It went a bit quicker. So this is the other side of the coin. This is if you're actually starting from scratch on a rare Pokemon and you're trying to build up those combos. But I mean, now we're in a different realm. With Charmander, you're just kind of like cycling through one at a time. With this, you're trying to fight for the other Pokemon spawns in the area, because as that combo builds, Eevee is going to spawn in multiple numbers, and then that's going to be a Pokemon you can get shiny. Now, the thing about this is that in Viridian Forest, it's a lot easier for Pikachu. More Pokemon can spawn in Viridian Forest because it's more densely packed, and you're going to find a lot more Pikachu that way, and Pikachu is just straight up easier to catch. Now, when you're going for Pokemon like this, it also gets a little complicated because, you're not getting those guaranteed spawns like you see on the Charmander. Sometimes, if all of this fills up, you're not going to have the opportunity to get a lot of Eevees, so you will have to, like, strategically reset. So what I do on this area, I just go down to the Vulpix girl, usually causes everything to reset, and I can come back over here. Now, also, if there's a lone Eevee going around, that's good. What you want is you want Eevee to be one of the first Pokemon spawning. That way, as you're tracking it down, there's a potential for more Eevee to spawn, and now, like, Eevee is just embarrassing me because I'm actually getting it pretty regularly when it wasn't working earlier, And another thing about Eevee is to get the catch combo going, my philosophy is you throw 2 Pokeballs. If it breaks out of both of those, you leave, because Eevee is a finicky Pokemon and it will flee. I had like 2 Eevee flee around like 6 catch combo. At one point, I'm like, I'm never letting that happen again. So you have to be very careful about it, and you do have to work pretty hard to get that catch combo up to 31. Once you get to 31, that's when your odds are max. That's when you're going to have the highest chance of the Eevee. And this is what I mean. Like, so if you get an early spawn for one of these Pokemon, great. Don't wait until there's like 4 Eevee around, because you need to empty the amount of Pokemon on screen to then get a higher chance of the next Pokemon being an Eevee to spawn. Man, look at this jumpy boy all over the place. And so yeah, that happens, but I mean, that's not it escaping the ball, and that's just going to be a regular throw. So there we go. Yeah, and then after 2, I don't even risk it, It's like at this point, after investing an hour into Eevee to get to this point, it's going to be crazy. And even if like you're doing really good co-op 2-player, it's still going to take probably a little over 30 minutes to get to that 31. But then that's when these shiny odds are going to max out. Alright, so I got my catch combo. I just kind of want to show what it's like having a 31 catch combo with Eevee, other Pokemon that are popping up, also just like good shiny odds overall. I really like this place because having a shiny Ponyta or Rapidash show up would just be one of the coolest things ever. So yeah, we start off with a decent amount of Pokemon right there, just kind of like adding one of those resets in there. Now we're just going to see how many Eevee pop up. Remember, you want to get to that Eevee as soon as possible, and then hope that just more Eevee spawn in its place, and we can get some pretty good rates like this. Oh yeah, it's just tons of Eevee now. It's feeling similar to Charmander. Could get better because like we do have like slight bits of downtime, but I mean Charmander's always snappy. Other rare Pokemon are always snappy. So far we're staying on top of it with Eevee, which is pretty good. And yeah, it's probably just like, again, 6, 7, 400 EVs an hour this way, which means like once you get this combo locked down, now you can just like keep farming it forever, because that is one benefit. I can catch an Eevee and then not break my combo. If another shiny Pokemon appears, you might even want to consider giving it up for Eevee. Like shiny Chansey, nah, you want the shiny Eevee all day long. You want all 3 so that way you can get Evolutions 4 so you can have the whole breeding set. Well, not breeding set, just the living dex set. Get out of here. So yeah, as you can see, it's not flawless, and then like it's slowly starting to fill up with other Pokemon, so sometimes you'll have 3 Eevee that you can just like bounce around to really quick. So it might be slightly slower and less reliable than Charmander, even with all these setup that we have right now. As you can see, now it's not spawning. That was another Pokemon instead of our Eevee. Not spawning. Resetting. Yeah, probably maybe closer to 5. So at least you're on odds. You're going to get exactly 314 Eevee encounters per hour. Something silly like that. And then some other ideas, just head on over to Route 7 and then you can just get a lot of Porygons. So there are some rare Pokemon that you can get pretty quick spawns of just like that. I mean, 4 Pokemon popping up instantly and then being able to reset it so quickly. So this gives you really good odds for shiny Vulpix under a lot of different circumstances, going for the Porygon as well, and just whatever Pokemon might appear. And if you have an Onix, you can ride in the sky and maybe you can find like a shiny Charizard or shiny Dragonite. So I mean, look at that. That's just pretty good. And I'll do it one more time. You can also go to like Cerulean Cave and stuff, just any place that you can reset quickly, because that's going to give you a lot of quick Snorlax potential. And yeah, Cerulean Cave is nice because you're just getting free stuff. You can run down the ladder, you can get Snorlax to spawn pretty quickly. There might be some other nice Pokemon hanging around. I think it works out. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just kind of showing you a neat little trick that you can do to kind of get shiny Pokemon quicker, because you're getting a lot of extra spawns while there's other Pokemon going on. You get specific shiny Pokemon locked down pretty well, and that's kind of it. So guys, enjoy the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, all that fun stuff, since YouTube is really big on algorithm these days. And that's kind of it. So guys, enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.